Yeah. Okay. Hi. Good baby. Hi, friends. So, I have been reading The House of Spirits all day. I'm 50 pages in and only like 2 pages into the second chapter. And this is going to be a soft DNF. I'm at a point in my life where I don't want to waste my energy on books that don't really captivate me right away. It's good writing and it's entertaining enough to still read it. However, whenever I put it down, I forget about it. And that is not really what I want for this reading vlog. So I'm going to put it down just for right now. One of the reasons why I don't like it is because it's reading a lot like 100 Years of Solitude, and I am not a big fan of that book, shockingly. I hard DNF'd that one just because I literally just couldn't get myself to pick it back up again, even though it was going to be part of my thesis. And then once I talked with my thesis director how I don't think it was necessary, just completely dropped it. So, and that one I for sure don't have any needs or wants to try to revisit it. However, I do want to revisit this one, just not for this specific reading vlog. So, soft DNF, and that's okay. That's fine. Happy Wednesday. So today I was supposed to go meet with my thesis director to talk about the last part that I turned in a couple vlogs ago, and I was just told that I was exposed to COVID, to the plague. So we switched our meeting to a virtual meeting, and I'm a little nervous, but I'm also very confident about what I turned in, so I don't think it's gonna be a very stressful meeting. And it's actually kind of nice that I won't have to put on real that I won't have to put on real clothes and leave and drive all the way to Atlanta. I was supposed to see my sisters, but that's not the case, and I'm trying to convince one of them to come here. So we'll see about that, and I hope she brings my dog because I miss my dog. As for a reading update, I was gonna read Isabel Allende's novels, but I'm not a big fan of generational stories ever since I had to read 100 Years of Solitude. I don't deny that they're good novels, but they're just not for me personally. When I Sing Mountains Dance was a generational story, and I think that's one of the reasons why I wasn't a big fan of it as well. Reading for that reading blog is The Labyrinth of Solitude by Octavio Paz, which is a book of essays that talks about Mexico's need of solitude and how they deal with their identity. I'm not a big fan of nonfiction, and it is like something for me, a struggle to like actually pick up, but so far I'm 16 pages in and I'm already really liking it, so I think this is gonna be, I think I'm okay so far. So I just got like a really rough reminder that living with my parents is gonna be a little tough when it comes to accommodating for my ADHD, just because they don't get it. And how Mexican parents usually are, they're really stubborn to try to get it, you know? They'll say things like, échale ganas, and
stuff like that. And it's the toxic positivity that kind of gets in the way of understanding these mental disabilities aren't really well known or talked about in Mexican culture. And I mean, not only am I frustrated, I knew moving back home wasn't going to be easy, but I didn't realize how frustrating it would be knowing now what some of my issues stemmed from growing up with them and me trying to fix them, but them not understanding my own solutions. I don't know. I just wanted to rant about it a little bit. I'm obviously getting ready for bed and everything, and an incident with my mom just happened recently that, brought back into perspective something that my therapist has told me. When she put it in these words, she it kind of made me feel better. The way that she described it was, how are you going to talk about a movie and discuss a movie to someone who doesn't even know what movies are? As simple as that. I'm entering an environment that's like that. And it's going to be a struggle, but I think I'll be okay. And not just because I'm in therapy, but because I have better coping mechanisms and better just ways to deal with this. Plus, she's medicated, so I'll be fine there. Look at this sleepy boy. So precious.
Sorry for the bad lighting, but I just got a new microphone for my phone, so I wanted to really test it out right now. I am really excited because I finally got to use two screens on my MacBook. I know that's such like a little tiny trivial thing, but I've been researching and everything on how to use two screens for my MacBook for so long, and like all the research has caused my ADHD brain to just fry when I know I've been like so close to finally getting the right docking station and everything. And not to mention, I finally have the money to actually get it. So it's the little victories, as Allison Pages will put it, celebrating tiny wins. And this is one of them. I finally can work two screens. I just got so spoiled with having two screens for work that when I was working on my thesis, just having one giant screen, it wasn't the same. It wasn't enough. I needed everything just splayed out in front of me, and I finally can do it. Especially since I'm finally gonna get to the heavy duty part of my writing. So I just wanted to do this quick update and talk about my tiny victory. Yesterday, I had my meeting with my thesis director, as I mentioned, and I. That's bothering me. I had my meeting with my thesis director yesterday, and everything came out great. I received her feedback, and it wasn't anything bad or anything. I feel like our relationship is good, so I don't think she'd be lying to me if my draft wasn't good or anything like that. And we both agreed. I can't remember if I mentioned this in the last clip, so sorry if I'm repeating myself, but I think I'm ready to just completely write the rest of my thesis, and so that the next time we see each other, she'll have the full picture as opposed to just like another part. She'll have everything all together, so that from then on, it's all edit. She said to turn that in on October 15th, which is fine. So I'm just hoping that we could still stick within the October and like I guess end of October, early November deadline situation that I want to do to turn in my thesis. especially because in November, I just really want to focus on my PhD application, which I don't think I've mentioned that on here at all. But yeah, one of the schools that I want to try to apply to, their PhD application is due in December, and I want to work on my writing sample a little bit more before I turn it in so that it's strong, especially because I don't have a big resume because of the fact that I've been working outside of the English literature space, that I just never really took the time to publish anything or work at the writing studio and everything like that. So I'm hoping that with my letters of recommendation and my writing sample, it'd be strong enough to get in, basically. I don't know if I were to get into this specific school, I don't know if I'd still attend it just because it would be a little more expensive. I just want to apply to see if I get in, you know? But yes, I was just right now going over my notes that I took yesterday on the meeting, summarizing them, summarizing the notes that she sent me through email, and turns out I completely forgot that I have other books to read for this thesis, well, reread for this thesis, just because when I first read them, I just did not annotate or anything like that to make sure that I have my quotes and everything. And they fall perfectly within the subject of my reading blog. So I will also be reading Pedro Páramo by Juan Rulfo. Pedro Páramo by Juan Rulfo. I do also have the Spanish version, so I'm kind of tempted to read that one instead of reading the English version again. Maybe next time, just so I won't make my life harder. And then I have like Water for Chocolate by Laura Escobar. And then, as you guys saw, I pulled out again So Far From God because I need to find other quotes that me and my thesis director realized are actually very important to a new aspect of my thesis that I mentioned. I haven't already talked about the Mexican Revolution in my thesis, but as we were discussing what I've written so far, I realized and she agreed that the Mexican Revolution is pretty important to my discussion. And so I just need to gather whatever is mentioned of the revolution here in So Far From God, and obviously in these two books as well. Not having a job right now is very nice because I have all this freedom to work on my thesis without feeling stressed and without feeling that I don't have time to do all of this. So I'm relieved. My sister came over with our dog yesterday, and my heart broke just a little bit because of how needy she is and her abandonment issues. She really clings on to the person that is there all the time. And I think when she realized that I was packing, she really understood that I was leaving. And she was happy to see me. I don't think she feels abandoned or anything, but she does follow my sister a little more than she used to with me. And that broke my heart just because I loved that she was like following me and really attached to me. But that's okay because this little guy has been more affectionate because I think he's happy that he's an only child again. But it was nice to see my girl again because I missed her. Please ignore the current state of my bangs. They're not cooperating, so I'm testing something out right now. I just wanted to give a quick reading update. So, I'm reading just a bunch of Mexican books for September, and I've started and finished Pedro Paramo, and now I'm going to move on to Like Water for Chocolate. Again, another reread, but as you can see, I haven't annotated it yet. This reread is just me basically focusing on the magical realism moments and other key concepts that I'm working on for my thesis. But because it's Friday, y el cuerpo lo sabe, I'm most likely not going to start Like Water for Chocolate until either later tonight or until tomorrow, because since I have two screens in my room now, I connected my PS4 and I am finally replaying Diablo 3, which I love that game so much. I think it's like the only game I play. I started over just so I could get the hang of everything, and it's like muscle memory. So yeah, so most likely tomorrow I'm going to start Like Water for Chocolate, and I am also still in the middle of reading the essays of Octavio Paz. And yeah, like I said, just a quick update. So it was really sweet because I went out to get some Starbucks today, and the people in front of me paid it forward, which was really amazing because your girl wasn't supposed to be buying anything and she went on a shopping spree. I do feel bad though because I did not pay the person behind me, but I got a smaller size for a reason, so I don't think I would have been able to afford the other person's stuff, you know? Especially because I'm pretty sure she had more people in her car and it was just me. So I did not pay it forward. I'm sorry, but God bless and good karma to the person that paid for my drink. So I did go to Target. So I'm gonna show a little Target haul to close out this vlog. I specifically went to Target for Halloween stuff. I got this cutie little cauldron mug with a little spider web. And I like this one a lot better because the other cauldron mug that I have, it's like Hocus Pocus theme. And I wanted something a little more aesthetically neutral, not with like a specific like Halloween theme. Like I'll most likely use this throughout the year. And I love that you can't really see the spider web unless you have the cauldron like up front, you know? So I got this cute little mug, and I got this little cutie right here. I think they're so cute, and they're wide enough that they're like my usual cup of coffee. They're just a little on the short side because of how wide they are, which is totes adorable. I still like it. I did also find this cutie patootie ceramic cat lamp. Ah, there you go. Ah! She's so adorable. So what I'm going to do is, I think I want to put some shelves here on this wall for decorative reasons. And I'm going to put this cutie patootie on one of those shelves. And so I could also display my more spooky books that I own. So like for example, I have this copy of Dracula, which is the Penguin Classic Deluxe Edition. Isn't he adorable? I
I fucking love this edition. Anything that's deluxe edition, I basically own most of their copies, to be honest, because they didn't do a lot of books with this edition, and I have most. I think the only one that I'm missing is a picture of Dorian Gray, but that one for some reason it discontinued, and I saw that on eBay it was like almost $200, so I'll have to. I want to find it eventually, but I definitely won't be owning it anytime soon. I digress. I want to decorate my room with like all the spooky books I own. So there's this one, and then these two. This is The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. And then this is We Have Always Lived in the Castle, also by Shirley Jackson. Also, this one is Penguin Deluxe Edition, and this one is Penguin Horror. Penguin Horror is actually a collection of books that Guillermo de Toro made alongside Penguin. And I'm gonna get the other one so I could have more to display with my shelves. Aren't these editions beautiful? I am going to have a specific reading vlog for all my classic spooky books. Like I said, I kind of want to have like a spooky shelf somewhere here. That is the end of this week's vlog. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to know any more details about writing my thesis or being in grad school and everything, I have more vlogs and there will be more vlogs coming in the future. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye! Bye.